One afternoon I was in a little basement shop kept by a fellow in a long overcoat who, so far as I was able to judge, bought curiosities but never sold any. For some minutes I had been looking at a beautifully decorated saucer of rare workmanship for which there was no cup to match, and for which the proprietor informed me no cup could now be found or manufactured. There were some points in the significance of an article of this sort, given as a present to a lady, which fitted to my purpose. But it would signify too much. I did not wish to suggest to Mildred that she need never expect to find a cup. It would be better, in fact, if I gave her anything of this kind, to send her a cup and saucer entirely unsuited to each other, and which could not, under any conditions, be used together. I put down the saucer and continued my search among the dusty shelves and cases. "How would you like a paperweight?" the shopkeeper asked. "Here is something a little odd," handing me a piece of dark-colored mineral nearly as big as my fist, flat on the underside, and of a pleasing irregularity above. Around the bottom was a band of arabesque work done in some dingy metal, probably German silver. I smiled as I took it. "This is not good enough for a Christmas present," I said. "I want something odd, but it must have some value." "Well," said the man, "that has no real value, but there is a peculiarity about it which interested me when I heard of it, and so I bought it. This mineral is a piece of what the ironworkers call Shadrach. It is a portion of the iron or iron ore which passes through the smelting furnaces without being affected by the great heat, and so they have given it the name of one of the Hebrew youths who was cast into the fiery furnace by Nebuchadnezzar and who came out unhurt. Some people think there is a sort of magical quality about this Shadrach, and that it can give out to human beings something of its power to keep their minds cool when they are in danger of being overheated. The old gentleman who had this made was subject to fits of anger, and he thought this piece of Shadrach helped to keep him from giving way to them. Occasionally he used to leave it in the house of a hot-tempered neighbor, believing that the testy individual would be cooled down for a time, without knowing how the change had been brought about. I bought a lot of things of the old gentleman's widow, and this among them. I thought I might try it sometime, but I never have." I held the Shadrach in my hand, ideas concerning it rapidly flitting through my mind. Why would not this be a capital thing to give to Mildred? If it should indeed possess the quality ascribed to it, if it should be able to cool her liking for me, what better present could I give her? I did not hesitate long. "I will buy this," I said, "but the ornamentation must be of a better sort. It is now too cheap and tawdry-looking." "Well, I can attend to that for you," said the shopkeeper. "I can have it set in a band of gold or silver filigree work like this, if you choose." I agreed to this proposition, but ordered that the band be made of silver, the cool tone of that metal being more appropriate to the characteristics of the gift than the warmer hues of gold. When I gave my Christmas present to Mildred, she was pleased with it. Its oddity struck her fancy. "I don't believe anybody ever had such a paperweight as that," she said as she thanked me. "What is it made of?" I told her, and explained what Shadrach was, but I did not speak of its presumed influence over human beings, which, after all, might be nothing but the wildest fancy. I did not feel altogether at my ease, as I added that it was merely a trifle, a thing of no value, except as a reminder of the season. "The fact that it is a present from you gives it value," she said, as she smilingly raised her eyes to mine. I left her house. We were all living in the city then, with a troubled conscience.